Hello. So here's an important question for you. What is it in the world that's spreading much faster than COVID-19 virus right now? I can tell you it's fear and anxiety. My name's John Halker. I'm from the Grove Clinic in St Peter Port. Those really nice people at the Guernsey Chamber of Commerce have asked me to make this video just to have a chat with you, my take on it, but more important, some practical advice about what you can do to help yourself and to help the people around you. But let's go back and talk about that business of stress. If you get stressed, you will be producing too much cortisol. That's a neurotransmitter rushing around in your bloodstream, and it does all sorts of odd things to you. It inhibits your access to important bits of your brain, which are to do with memory, and it narrows your field of vision, which is why stressed people just don't think well. So it's really important to be calm. It also does affect your sleep. It gets you to spend too much time in REM sleep. And REM sleep, as I said, is when you're getting rid of all this emotional arousal. There's two things that make you emotionally aroused: real things, or, as I said before, imaginary things. So let's just stick with the real things, and then you'll find ways to deal with them. Another thing that I'd like to say is I'd really like you to get out of your head any idea whatsoever that there's such a good thing as positive stress. It's a really dangerous notion, and I believe me, there is no such thing. Stress gives people heart problems. Stress turns off people's thinking brains. Stress causes anxiety. Stress causes OCD type issues. Stress can even lead to psychotic behaviour. But most damaging of all, of course, stress, as I said, produces huge amounts of cortisol. It damages your immune system. I've said that about 3 or 4 times. I hope you've got that bit now. What we do have is being stressed, which you get through being overstretched. You can also get it through being understretched. What we all need to do is to be stretched. We need to be stretched on a daily basis. We need a set of rails to run on. We need goals. We need a routine. We need something that drives us forward. So I'm sure there's lots of advice you've had already about just creating routines, about getting out of bed, about not sitting around in your pajamas all day, about dressing up reasonably smart. I promise you don't have to put a suit and tie on. It's all that kind of stuff. Having some goals of things that you're going to do every day, and at the same time sitting down and reviewing what you've learnt from the week, what you achieved. Let's have a think about what are called the human givens, that need for security and control and autonomy and attention, connection to people, friendships, a real sense of belonging, space, physical and mental space in which to thrive, to be recognised by other people for the things that we've achieved, to have that sense of achievement and to get meaning and purpose in life. Those are the human givens. We've got a pile of resources that we have to meet those needs. The only thing that can stop you getting those needs met is you're in a bad environment, you're in an unhealthy environment of some sort, you've been traumatised either physically or psychologically. And the third one is that there's a skill deficit. And I can tell you that a lot of my work at the Grove Clinic is about helping people develop those skills. Now, for a lot of us, work is a place where we've got those needs met in the past. We've been doing meaningful work and we understand the context of what we're doing. We're connected to people. And a lot of that emotional nourishment that we all need is because of our connections to people. But people are difficult, they're odd and quirky and strange, and they don't do what they said they would do, or they do what they said they wouldn't do, or they try and make us do things that we don't want to do, or they stop us doing things that we do want to do. That accounts for a huge proportion of the emotional angst that we get every day, and we need to find ways of dealing with that, find ways through the maze. I look at it this way. A good workplace is a place where everybody is rowing a boat in the same direction. They're all rowing it in time with each other. That side of the boat's really rowing at about the same level as that side of the boat. We all feel as though we're part of a team. We feel as though we know where the boat is going. The purpose of this journey is a righteous and noble one. And of course, there's somebody, at least one person, at the helm who we trust. They're called the leader. And we trust them that they know where this boat is going, that its destination is a good one. that when the rough seas come, they will be able to keep the boat on its track, that when the rough seas come, they'll know the angle at which to take the waves in order for us to ride out the rough storms and find the calm seas again. Are you in that rowing boat, or are you swimming away from it? Are you swimming in time with everybody else? Maybe you're the one with a hand on the helm and it's feeling a bit lonely and tough there at the moment. Don't worry, I know what that's like. Get in touch, we'll see what we can do to help. I'd like to just finish with a story. So there was a wild old farmer. This farmer was in the Vale. He had a son and a horse. His wife died a long, long time ago. It was just the two men and the horse that kept the farm going. And he had some very nosy neighbours, probably from Tortable. But do you know what? That farmer, one day, he woke up and he found that his horse had run off. And the neighbours heard. And they came to see him and they said, "That's such bad luck. Oh, your only horse has run away." The wise old farmer from the Vale said, "Maybe." The next day, do you know, that horse came back and brought with it 3 wild horses. And the neighbours came running over and said, "That is amazing. Your horse has come back. That is really, really good luck. It's brought 3 other horses with it. Fantastic." The farmer said, "Maybe." Do you know, the next day, the farmer's son, being a bold young man, climbed onto one of those wild horses and decided to tame it. And he rode it round and round and round the parish until suddenly the horse threw him to the ground and he broke his leg. And the neighbours came running over and said, "That is absolutely terrible. That's really bad luck." And the farmer said, "Maybe." And you know, the next day, the army came through town, went all over the island, conscripting every young man, every able-bodied young man, into going off to war to fight. The neighbours came running over and said, "That's good luck." And the farmer said, "Maybe." So, I'd like you to remain optimistic, please, not wildly optimistic. It's no good sitting in a chair and doing nothing. But I'd like you really to expect a good outcome from this. Hopefully, come the summer, we'll all be there having chips and cheese on the beach at Cobo after a busy week's work on a Friday evening. The burble of children and other people around us. I'll see you there. Take care of yourself and take care of each other meanwhile. Thanks for listening.